Welcome back to Crypto Meets AI. Gary here with an update for you. Do me a favor, friends. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and comment down below. It really does help the algorithm. Now let's get into this. We're sitting at $3.25, trading within a range of $3.11 to $3.29. We're up about 3.5% on the day. We had a pretty good spike up to around $3.31, $3.32, and then we came back down a little bit, trading pretty sideways right now. We'll see where it goes from here. Now let's go down the old rabbit hole, see what we can find out. While Ripple's 2015 FinCEN settlement wasn't a setback, it was a power move. That $700K deal didn't bury Ripple in red tape. It gave XRP legal clarity no altcoin had at the time, and a regulatory moat. Built before others even knew regulation was coming. Let's check this out. In 2015, Ripple Labs and XRP LLC resolved the U.S. government probe by paying $700,000 in penalties, including $450,000 in forfeitures, for violating the Bank Secrecy Act, the BSA, and acting as an unregistered money services business, MSB. Ripple also agreed to implement an AML compliance program. It wasn't just a fine, it was the first civil enforcement action ever taken by FinCEN against a virtual currency exchanger. Ripple agreed to remediate, audit, and comply fully. That's massive. Most crypto projects never even register, let alone settle. Ripple did both, demonstrating to regulators they were building compliant infrastructure, not underground speculation. This deal predates most crypto startups. XRP had real legal clarity in 2015, while many tokens were still winding through the gray zones in emerging ICO hype. Fast forward, XRP's regulatory strength has only deepened. After years of litigation with the SEC, partial settlement delivered clarity. Retail XRP isn't a security. Institutional offerings follow new structured rules. Meanwhile, Ripple continued engaging with global regulators and advocacy groups, pushing for compliance by design, and participating in dialogues with IOS, CO, MAS, and others. This early commitment to legal alignment is why banks, remittance players, and even governments feel confident using XRP for cross-border liquidity and CBDC exploration. Redditors recognized XRP's edge. If XRP had regulatory clarity, U.S. institutions could invest with confidence. XRP is miles ahead of the game. The final financier, XRP built credibility while others faltered. That $700,000 settlement wasn't a burden, it was a badge signaling readiness for global finance. Conclusion, XRP's 2015 FinCEN settlement wasn't smoke, it was the spark. Early compliance gave Ripple, and by extension XRP, a regulatory moat that most cryptos still desperately lack. That's not just smart, it's where utility meets institutional trust. Comment down below and tell me what you think. Will XRP's 2015 FinCEN deal be its secret weapon in the CBDC era? SEC Chairman Paul Atkins has declared the Ripple lawsuit chapter finally closed, ending nearly 5 years of regulatory warfare. The same SEC that tried to cripple XRP is now pivoting to clear crypto regulations. Let's decode why this changes everything. The statement that ended the fight. Paul Atkins confirmed the Ripple case is done. No appeals, no hidden moves left. He says the SEC can now focus on building innovation-friendly frameworks instead of dragging crypto leaders through endless litigation. This is a legal full stop. Why this is a bombshell for XRP. It removes the single biggest barrier to U.S. institutional adoption. Locks in Judge Torres's precedent. XRP is not a security when traded on public exchanges. Opens the floodgates for Ripple's U.S. banking and corridor expansion. The Ripple lawsuit wasn't just regulation, it was suppression. For 1,044 days, retail was flooded with FUD, institutions quietly tested Ripple's tech, and liquidity corridors were built in silence. The case bought the elites the time to position themselves. What happens next? Probability model. 72% chance XRP volume doubles in 12 months and U.S. corridors light up. 65% probability of integration into 3+ CBDC pilots within 18 months. 80% likelihood of Tier 1 banks announcing direct XRP settlement by Q3 2026. Why this is a strategic win for the U.S. Keeping Ripple's tech and team on American soil gives the U.S. a homegrown settlement weapon against BRICS, the ECNY, and the IMF-driven CBDCs. This isn't just crypto adoption, it's monetary defense infrastructure. The shift in SEC strategy. Alongside Atkins, Commissioner Hester Pierce has signed a move away from regulatory by enforcement towards actual rulemaking. Translation, XRP isn't the target anymore, it's the blueprint for compliance. Ripple's quiet positioning. With the legal cloud gone, expect Ripple's U.S. banking license pushed to accelerate, expansion of RippleNet corridors tied to USD liquidity, and tokenized asset pilots running natively on the XRPL. Final decode, they fought Ripple for years, they failed. Now the same regulators who dragged XRP through court will draft the rules Ripple already meets. This isn't the end of the story, it's the beginning of XRP's official role in the new financial system. If you want to stay ahead of the news before it hits mainstream, Comment down below, share, like, and subscribe. And no matter what anyone says, facts don't change. XRP is decentralized. XRP is deflationary. The XRPL has a built-in DEX, first launched in 2012. The XRPL supports tokens, stablecoins, and real-world assets, first blockchain to introduce tokenization. The XRPL's features are native to the L1 with no smart contract risks, no wallet drains, no blind signings. That's not opinion, that's reality. And this is coming from Ondo Finance. It's been a landmark year for enterprise EVMs. Announced at the start of this year, Ondo Chain is an EVM L1 purpose-built to connect permissioned and permissionless networks designed from day one as an institutional-grade omni-chain hub built for real-world assets. The recent wave of enterprise EVM announcements from Circle, Stripe, the DTCC, and JP Morgan is exactly the future Ondo Chain envisioned. These networks are set to expand their enterprise-grade blockchain universe while amplifying the need for a secure, compliant hub that bridges permissioned and permissionless chains. Ondo Chain is already showing what the future looks like. In its debut testnet transaction, Ondo Chain powered the first cross-chain atomic delivery version payment settlement of a tokenized asset, bridging JP Morgan's Connexus digital payments permission blockchain with an L1 public network through Chainlink's runtime environment. As EVM sidechains proliferate, Ondo Chain will unite TradFi's assets and users with DeFi openness, unlocking interoperability, liquidity, and global access across the entire on-chain financial ecosystem. The future of capital markets shouldn't be built in silos. Ondo Chain ensures it won't have to be. Mesh now supports Ripple's USD, RLUSD, and it pipes it straight into merchant checkout alongside 50+ tokens. Here's everything you need to know. What Mesh is and why it matters. Mesh is the connective tissue between wallets, exchanges, and merchants, and payments, plus token checkout layer already plugged into retail flows. When Mesh adds a token, it instantly inherits acceptance across its merchants' integrations. RLUSD didn't start from zero, it started from Mesh's distribution. What RLUSD is, beyond another stablecoin, RLUSD is Ripple's dollar-denominated stable instrument, designed for instant settlement on institutional-grade rails. Think bank-friendly compliance posture, near-zero fees, and native alignment with payment standards. It's not degen stable, it's merchant rail. Why merchants care. Card rails equal interchange plus chargebacks. T+1, T+3 settlement. RLUSD via Mesh, low fees, finality in seconds, programmable receipts. An optional auto-convert to fiat for high-margin e-com and cross-border sellers that's hard to ignore, especially when you can route it through existing Mesh plugins. A U.S.-issued, U.S.-aligned dollar instrument settling on U.S.-friendly infrastructure is monetary soft power. Instead of offshore stable settling the rules, America just placed a compliant digital dollar at the point of sale quietly. That's how homogeneity is maintained in a multipolar payments world. Where XRP fits, don't blink. RLUSD is the dollar lake, real commerce in a multi-asset cross-border. XRPL's pathfinding plus native DEX means XRP becomes the neutral bridge. When RLUSD needs to hop into USD corridors or settle against other issued currencies, more RLUSD throughput equals more XRP path demand. This isn't a pilot, it's distribution. 50+ supported tokens already live on Mesh. RLUSD joins the menu. Merchant checkouts SDKs equal instant UX for RLUSD tender. Treasury ops can sweep RLUSD, hedge, or settle invoices the same day. It's not the press release that matters. It's who already integrated the button. Compliance and auditability. That part nobody tweets. RLUSD on modern rails can carry rich metadata, invoice IDs, jurisdiction flags, tax fields, making audits and reconciliation trivial. That's why enterprise finance teams prefer this over anonymous stables. It's clean, accountable, and CFO friendly. Well, that's what I have for you folks. Until next time, stay savvy, stay stacking, and I'll catch you in the next one. If you enjoyed this, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and comment down below. And if you want more crypto deep dives, check out our videos right here on Crypto Meets AI. Thank you for watching. Remember to always do your own research. This is not financial advice.